Buongiorno everyone, welcome back to another lineup prediction. It's a little bit later this week, so most of you probably already would have seen the news from Brucey's press conference this morning. Obviously the big news coming out about Sean Longstaff. He's turned his ankle in training and he's going to be out for, don't even know how long. What was the word that they said? They said they won't know the severity for the next couple of days, so they're going to be putting tests on him for the next couple of days. And for me, I don't like that word severe. They don't know how severe it's going to be. To me, that spells he could be out for a little bit of time, obviously, depending on the injury. It might have just been a little twist. Could be a sprain or absolutely anything. So all we know is he's not going to be there tomorrow against Liverpool. It's a massive shame because he's been playing really well lately. It wasn't so great in the game against Watford, but he's still our main guy. And he made his debut there last season. Came on as a late substitute at Anfield. So it would have been nice to see him there back again. One of our key players in there along with Hayden in the middle of the park. But it is what it is. So we're going to have to roll with the punches without Sean Longstaff and quite a few others. Matt Ritchie's obviously still going to be out. Although there is some positivities with Matt Ritchie. When it was first broke, just over last week, on it after the Leicester game a week and a half ago, they said he was going to be out for 2 months. Brucey said today that he's made a remarkable recovery. Everyone's shocked with how well he's come on. He trained on Wednesday and yesterday, so he's been back in training and trained well for the last couple of days. When was that? Just a week and a half ago. So he's like 7 weeks early. But he's not going to play tomorrow. I don't think we should push him, even if he has been playing well. Give him another week at least, see how he comes on for Brighton at home next week. That's what I would do anyway. But if nothing happens, then he'll not be too far away. So they're just going to still monitor him for the next few days, and fingers crossed he can make an appearance against Brighton next week. Andy Carroll was rumoured to be back just before the international break gone. They said he should be fit for Liverpool. Obviously, with it being Andy Carroll, he's not. But he has been making progress. He's going to go see a specialist today. They're going to monitor him, see how he comes on. And I think it's good, to be honest. I think coming back tomorrow would be a lot of pressure on Andy Carroll. Obviously, Newcastle fans want to see him. He's going to be his second debut at Anfield against his former team, against the European champions. So I think giving him an extra week, just letting him chill out for an extra week, just make sure he's actually fit, and bringing him on as a sub next week at home to a lesser team like Brighton. No disrespect to Brighton, but you're not Liverpool, are you? So I think massive pressure will be off. 1 more week to recover and a home debut to Brighton. I think that's perfect for me. Give him about 20 minutes run out again. Don't push him. If he's it's Andy Carroll, innit? You can't push Andy Carroll. There's no need to throw him in unnecessarily if Joelinton's going to be fit. So 15-20 minutes I would like to see Andy Carroll for next week against Brighton. And Anson Maximin again is making progress. They're going to see how he's getting on. They're just erring a side of caution on him. I think he was meant to be out for 3 weeks, and that was only about 2 weeks ago, wasn't it? So it looks like he's been making good progress. He could be another return for Brighton. But again, during the week, we'll just see how he gets on. So to the starting 11 there. Obviously, we just cut the immediate bullshit. Martin Dubravka in goal. Caldalo on the bench. Done, dusted, Neighbour. At right back, I'm going to stick with Emil Kraft. I just like to see a bit of solidarity. I just think just keeping a starting 11, I think it'll be great for the team. It'll be a massive boost to everyone, just seeing the same faces. Obviously, we've had a lot of injuries. So if rotating the squad unnecessarily, it's just going to put more pressure on it. So Kraft started the last, I think it's 3 games in a row now, in it, from Tottenham, Leicester and Watford. So I stick with Emil Kraft. Norwich as well. So he started the last 4 games. So I stick with Emil Kraft. Manquillo on the bench. He's a great option to have, Manquillo. He never puts a foot wrong. He's a great sub to bring on. With DeAndre Yedlin, I don't know what the crack with him is, because just before the international break, he was back in training and they said he was progressing well. He's taken part in full training from what I think. But I haven't heard anything since. It's been over a week now and haven't heard any progress on Yedlin. So no one said he's actually going to be in the team or not. So I would stick him on the reserves again. Maybe see what he's about next week. For future going forward, I'd like to see Yedlin brought back in. Like, I know Kraft and Manquillo have been doing well for me, but none of them's got the pace Yedlin has, and especially when Sam Maximin comes in on that right side with the pace he's got, and Almiron as well, if they can switch it up, no one can get down and give an option for like an overlap as well as what Yedlin can. Like, he's so much quicker than Manquillo and Kraft probably put together. His pace is unbelievable. So for going forward, I'd love to see Yedlin back in the team, but when that is, I don't know. Next week against Brighton, maybe the week after, who knows. So back into the defence, Fabian Schär, obviously the main man. He's always going to be in that team. He started the season a little bit dodgy first couple of games, but he's back to his old Shario Ramos, Sharinho. His goal for Switzerland during the week against Ireland. He's a beautiful man. What a bloke. Love Fabian Schär. He's one of the first names on that team sheet, as is Jamal Lascelles. He divides opinion, but he's the captain. He's not going to get anywhere. Brucey's definitely not going to drop him, and for the lack of options, he's not going anywhere. So he's just going to slide straight in there, along with Paul Dummett, another one of the fan favourites, emerging fan favourite at centre-back, that left-sided role. That's his. He's secured that. We'll see what happens when Lejeune comes back, which hopefully won't be too far away either. So we've got a lot of players to come back. Then Willems on the left. Obviously, with Matt Ritchie not being there, he's the only left-sided option, apart from maybe Paul Dummett. But as I've said many times in the past, Paul Dummett's a solid centre-back. Willems, he's a great option. I love Willems, to be honest. These last few games, he's played really, really well, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of him. Even when Ritchie comes back, I don't think he's going to slide straight in. I think he needs to fight for his place against Willems. The other options that we've got, I would slide on the bench, are Fernandes, who's been fantastic lately. Big fan of Federico Fernandes. He's just not as good as Schär or Dummett, in my opinion. And as I said about Lascelles being the captain, he's going nowhere. So I think that's pretty straightforward. Fernandes, great option on the bench when he comes on. He does a great job like he did against Tottenham. And the other player I would put on the bench alongside him is Kieran Clark, another central defender. It looks like we're overcrowding there. He's going to be the fifth one, but he also has an option to play out wide. So if anything does happen to one of the players, like Willems, Kieran Clark could go there, or Dummett can go there and Clark can go centre-back. So that's another option to have. Also, with a lack of options to go in them other places, someone's got to fill a spot on there. So Kieran Clark takes that for me. In the middle, Isaac Hayden, another one of the first names on the team sheet. Don't really need to dispute that. Fantastic player. His performances over the last few games. I think I gave my Player of the Month, didn't I? We did a Player of the Month video. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. I'm pretty sure I gave that to Isaac Hayden. Just for his consistency. He's always puts in 110%. Can never go wrong. Even in the games where we weren't so good against like Norwich and Arsenal, he was great. And the games after that where we actually have been playing really well, Isaac Hayden's been the main man. What was the other game like? Tottenham and Leicester, outstanding. And due to the injury to Sean Longstaff, I'm going to put Shelvey in. He's my next best centre mid. If Sean Longstaff was fit, I would put him there, hands down. Not a bother about that. Shelvey on the bench, but now with the way things are, Shelvey's got to go in there. He gives a great option. He's passing, as Rennie said last week. You don't know where you're going to get with Shelvey. On his day, he can play Hollywood balls. He can be Paul Scholes. He can be the best passer in the Premier League. Or you could get Fat Barry, who looks like he's just rolled into a Sunday League team. It's his former team, Liverpool. I think he's got a lot to prove. I think he enjoys playing at Anfield. I think he likes to try and prove something to the fans. So, he's in there for me. No problems. I'm going to put Matty Longstaff on the bench. I've seen a few people on social media this morning saying, start Matty instead of Shelvey. It's just too early for me. Like, he's still only 19. Like, we don't need to rush him in when we've got people like Shelvey. Like, Shelvey's experienced. Like, he knows the Premier League. He's been there, done that. Matty Longstaff, 19 years old. He hasn't made a Premier League appearance yet. His debut came against Leicester in the Carabao Cup. That's his only appearance to date. Done really well, in my opinion. I thought he did really, really well. But Leicester in the Carabao Cup's a whole different kettle of fish to Liverpool in the Premier League, innit? So he's a great option though. Like I love him. Like he is one for the future. And Sean made his debut last season away to Liverpool. That was his first blood to the Premier League. He done all right. He didn't really put a foot wrong. It was quite a late one, and I think he only had about 10 minutes. He had a good shot. He could have scored a goal. So Matty Longstaff on the bench alongside Ki Sung-young. I've spoken about Ki in the past. He's not the greatest of players. I don't really rate him that highly. I would rather say Matty Longstaff, sorry. But he has been captain for his country, over 100 appearances, captained at World Cups and stuff. And as I've said about options, we haven't really got that many. So someone needs to fill a spot on the bench. And with the experience that Ki Sung-young brings, it's an easy option. Just slide him in there. He can be a good mentor to Matty Longstaff. He can teach him the way of the ropes. There's 6 of me substitutes gone. Only 1 more for an attacking player. I'll get into that after I talk about Christian Atsu on the right-hand side. Last few games, been outstanding. He was Matty's Big Renty's option for Player of the Month, which I can't argue with. He has been great since coming in. He's one of them players that no one really wanted in the team going into the season, especially last season. I remember when he was starting or coming off the bench, people would put their head in their hands going, why is he starting, man? He's not good enough. He's a championship player at best. He's awful. Some of his appearances, his performances were shocking over the last year or two. But over the last few games against Tottenham, when Sir Maximin went off injured, he was outstanding. And he got the assist. He played a massive, crucial role in that game. And we couldn't have won it without him. And the games he's came in after, again, he's been keeping up. What was the last one? Watford. He was great. He's a really, really good option to have now. He's really found his form. I think he's fighting for it and all, because I think he might have shit his pants a little bit when Sir Maximin came in thinking, I'm not going to get a game here, especially with Almiron on the left as well. He's really fighting for his place, and he's winning it when Sir Maximin comes back. Obviously, he's going to be the first choice, isn't he? He has to be, but he hasn't had a great run of form lately for Newcastle Sir Maximin since coming in with his injuries. And Atsu, he can just slide in there really well. Almiron, as I mentioned, on the left side, no bother, one of our best players, second most expensive transfer, and he got his first goal for Paraguay during the week. So he's off the mark for them. He still needs to get off the mark for us. But hopefully that goal will give him a bit of confidence. I think that's what he needs. He just needs that one goal, man. Even an assist. I think he's he's got a bit of pressure on his shoulders at the minute. But one goal for the tune or an assist. I think his performances will pick up. He's got that one for Paraguay, so he might come into this thrive and wanting to show Newcastle he can do it for us as well, because he's had a lot of stick over the last couple of weeks as well. I think especially after the Watford game. He just never looks like he's going to score. I even said it, the opportunities he had, the chances, he's just missing golden opportunities. But he needs to start. He's pace, he's frightening. He can really, really attack. Liverpool could be difficult, but if anyone can test them, especially with the pace he's got, it's Almiron. So he's on the left-hand side, and obviously Joelton up top was my only real out-and-out striker in the squad. I thought he had a really good game against Watford. A lot of people were raging that he wasn't getting in the box, he wasn't creating enough of an attacking option. But his deep play was fantastic for me. His link-up play, he was making challenges very, very deep for a striker. For a low number 9, I didn't really enjoy seeing him all that way back, but what he did do was amazing. And for a team like Liverpool, I don't think we're really going to get that much attacking option. So if he can come back and help defend, if he can create an option in the middle of the park, I think that could really play well for us. Obviously, his link-up play was outstanding against Watford. If he can win the ball back inside his own half and spray a ball out to Almiron or Atsu, I'm all for that, because like I say, it's Liverpool, man, isn't it? Kind of taking that for granted. We're just gonna really have to be tongue-in-cheek with this game and hope we don't get smashed 5-6-0. But if Joelton can come back and create another defensive option, wicked. I'm really all for that. I'm happy with that. And the only other option is Muto to go on the bench. I don't mind I don't mind Muto. Obviously, like I say, he's all we've got, so beggars can't be choosers, innit? But Muto's a good option to have. You can play out wide either. If an injury happens to Atsu or Almiron, you can go out wide and create a striking option for Joelton as well. If we want to change the things up, two of them can go up top. I like the little Narge combo. I think they work really well, but that's it. There's no one else. Gale's retiring. I don't know what he's doing. Obviously, Carroll's injured. No Maximin, and I think that's it. There's no other options other than them. So, that's my team. I'd be happy with that. I'd like to see a little bit of Matty Longstaff later on in the game, and just hope Neil gets injured, man. That's the thing. We've got a big game against Brighton. Massive 3-pointer there. Could be like a relegation scrap game come the end of the season between us two. So if we can get first blood and take 3 points off them, wicked. So I just see how this game goes. Obviously, just don't get injured. Like, we're not really expecting a win. If we go for it, I think we're going to score some goals like we did at St James's last season, at the last game of the season. 3-2 on it. Wicked game. Like, if we open them up, like you see what like Kosovo done to England during the week, if you just go for it, like don't sit back and park the bus too much. Just go for it. Just hit them on the counter. You never know. I think we're going to score some goals, but obviously even if it's like a 5-3 like the England game was, we're still not going to get the win out. So don't stress the players too much and create more injuries for Brighton. We didn't need that, especially if we might have the likes of Richie, Maximin, Carroll, Longstaff, Yedlin. If they're all back for Brighton, mint. That's a lot of options there, and if we can keep everyone else fit that plays tomorrow, even better. We've got a good squad when everyone's fit, I think. Obviously, Lejeune's still to come back. But when everyone's fit, I think we've got a really, really good squad, you know. But right now, with all the injuries, especially Liverpool, it had to be Liverpool, didn't it? The European champions. It just doesn't make a good read on paper when you see everyone that's injured. But no, I think that's a good team. I'm happy with that. Let me know what you think. Would you stick with the same formation? I would, with the two in the middle. That was the way we started against Tottenham. That was the first time we've seen that, and obviously we've seen what happened there. And my last two performances against Leicester and Watford have been really good. So I'm happy with that formation. You could maybe put three in the middle, but that would mean having to probably drop Atsu and put an Almira on either number 10 or up front. But nah, that's what I want to see. So let me know what you think. Would you change anyone in there? Would you rather see Matty Longstaff or Key to come in? Any other changes? Formation? Let me know what you think about the injuries. And enjoy the game. My prediction is 4-1 to Liverpool, if I'm honest, unfortunately. Let me know what you think. Enjoy yourself.